Along with Stan Scott, I'm travelling New Zealand's amazing South Island.
That's quintessential Kiwi right there, my friend.
We're meeting salt-of-the-earth Kiwis with big DIY tales to tell.
It's a kind of wonderland of invention, isn't it?
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Oh, ho, ho! Oh, he's good.
So Stan, what's the plan today?
Well, we're just about to shoot down the road here to Hone Tuwhare's crib.
So what's actually there? What's important about it?
Well, Hone Tuwhare was a Māori poet. He's very famous around these parts and all around the world, in fact. And I'm also involved in restoring the crib. The crib itself, when you look at it, isn't much, but that's where Hone did all his work, and we're going to turn it into a writer's residency. So today, I'm actually going to get you helping out.
Excellent.
Having travelled from Queenstown down to Chiano and into the Catlins, today we'll be spending the whole day in Kaka Point, before moving north again tomorrow.
This is pretty much one of the most beautiful parts of the Catlins, Kaka Point. Tiny little community, just scattered with a few fibre-light batches. A couple of hundred people maximum live here.
So it's a bit of a hidden secret.
A very humble little town. You can see why Hone chose this place. Look at the view.
Absolutely, that's stunning.
Kia ora, Rob.
Kia ora, Stan.
How are you, my friend?
Good, brother.
Hey Rob, I'm George.
Hey, George.
Very nice to meet you.
Kia ora, mate. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, my friend, we're here to do a little bit of mahi, mate. What would you like us to do?
We've got this sliding door to put in, Stan. It's pretty weighty.
The last sliding door was a bit of a disaster because the goat didn't actually like its own reflection, so the goat actually destroyed the door.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we've got to put this in today, yeah?
Are you up for it?
I'm going to work for once.
You are, mate.
Excellent. Come on, let's
These guns aren't painted on, are they?
No, I'm not working hard enough on this trip, I
Okay.
tell you.
Kia ora, George.
Ready?
Just drop it down on the concrete. Yep. And then what we do is we'll lean it back a little bit. So then we'll just put our bottom in. Rightio. Lovely. Look at that. Made to fit.
Beautiful.
While Stan keeps on with the next job, Rob's keen to give me a tour inside his dad's place.
So Rob, this is such a special place. I mean, the view is fantastic. You can just see how the landscape, the ocean, the sky would have inspired your father.
Yeah, Dad loved the ocean, and he spent the last 16 years of his life here. Wrote 4 books from this crib.
Tell me about how your dad's writing has inspired so many people in New Zealand.
Dad's from a working class background, boilermaker by trade, and he speaks the common language. You know, he didn't go to university. He didn't go to high school, actually. So that voice comes through and people can identify with that.
What's your ambition for this when it's all done, when it's all restored and it's all finished? What's it going to do for people?
This will be the first residency in the home of a Māori writer in this country. You know, this thing is about manaakitanga, which is welcoming people and making them feel at ease.
It's incredible how a building can be so simple as a structure, but actually be very powerful and mean a lot culturally to so many people. Honestly, I feel honoured and blessed to have seen this place today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you, brother.
Thank you, Stan. Friend.
Catch you next time.
Health and happiness, yeah? Look after yourself. Take care. See you.
You're up.
That would inspire any writer, wouldn't it?
The other was thick with the whir of toy spears. Succumbs at last to the grey gull's wheel, to the grey gull's wheel.
Stan, where are you taking me?
Just trust me on this one, all right? Now, a couple of the boys have put down a whitebaiting net. So with a little bit of luck, we'll jump out onto the wharf and we'll be pulling up some whitebait a little bit later.
Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, Stan, this is super cute.
This is Kiwiana at its best, my friend.
So is this kind of just built out of stuff that was lying around?
Pretty much, mate. You know, that timber's probably well over 100 years old. There's bits of tar seal on there that's come straight off the edge of the road. Got an old pot belly in there for when you're sitting out here in winter time, you know.
Belting out the heat.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It seems to me like it's just another one of those really simple, minimal structures that works so well with the landscape, doesn't it?
It's a classic excuse to get out and, you know, put some nails.
Build something.
Yeah, build something.
So how much variation is there in terms of kind of style, scale, design?
Oh, huge, mate. I mean, obviously, this is a real humble little one. You go out to the west coast, you'll find stands halfway across the river. But essentially, the function of it is the same. You want to come out here for some solitude, a couple of mates, probably a couple of beers, you got the fire going, you got some great scenery, and hopefully you've got some great food.
Brilliant. Should we see if there's some fish?
All right, you grab that, mate.
Yep.
Okay, I'll let this one go. Rightio. I love the simplicity of these.
That's heavy.
It is. Oh, I think we've got a good catch.
Happy days.
Okay, tip her out, let's have a look, eh?
Cool.
Oh,
Now that is a funny looking whitebait. Is that one?
Hey, look, there's one. There's one.
One tiny little whitebait. What's going on there?
There's one thing I forgot to tell you, my friend, is actually not whitebaiting season at the moment. You could eat the eels, but I do have a little surprise for you for dinner, though.
I'm intrigued. Stan, we've seen some great stuff today, but I have to say I'm completely knackered.
Well, look, mate, I've just got one more spot I've got to take you to, and then you can have your wee little kip, eh?
Our last stop is a South Island crib, built from a medley of leftover materials.
Stan, are we staying here?
Yeah, this is your classic New Zealand crib.
That is beautiful, mate. So is this a kind of Southern Island version of a North Island batch?
You got it, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, exactly. This particular one was actually made from an old paddle steamer that was built back in the 1800s, as you can see, yeah. Isn't that lovely? All the fittings, even the front handrail, is from the ship.
That is awesome.
Should we have a seat?
Oh, I've not been in one of these for ages. Yeah, ready, go. Oh, what a view.
The big briny. What more could you ask for? Transistor, looking straight at the power board.
Yeah, you don't really see that when you're looking at the sea, it's fine.
Yeah.
Shall I have a look around?
Yeah, come on, mate.
Do you know what? I was getting too comfortable there, to be honest. Oh, Stan, come and have a look at this kitchen. This is awesome. Loads of original features still in here.
Lovely old zip.
Lovely. And then up here, oh man, this is where you really feel like you're in a boat with the long strip windows.
Look, even this whole cabin hatch here.
Man, it's like being in a little museum. So this must be one of the add-ons, yeah?
Now this
And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and well, you're all right.
What are you worried about? This is absolutely perfect headroom.
This is like, doesn't really work
This
for
is
me.
absolutely perfect. This is exactly how I would have built it.
Climbing through add-on after add-on, this family crib feels like a well-loved antique, absolutely chocker full of history. She's a bit rough around the edges, but I can see all the more special for it.
Stan, what a day, mate. It's been absolutely fantastic.
I know we didn't catch any whitebait in the net, but I managed to rusty up a couple of whitebait fritters.
This looks the bomb, man. I've never had one before.
And it's only in this part of the world they actually have it on toast as well.
Cool, man. Oh, man. That is so good. Honestly, Stan, that is truly amazing. Can we do the same tomorrow?
Let's do it, my friend.
I cannot get enough of the gorgeous views and vistas of the surrounding landscape. It's stunning. So can I have a job?
You could be aroused about it.
You'll be wanting to go home in a week.
Murray, I've got to say, mate, you are one lucky man.